So back in the 1970s, my two major families were represented last names in the NHL. Little points, of course, mostly Trujillo Point. And this guy, although he spells his name a little bit different than me, it's the same gene as their family name. So we're going to talk about the many lives skating and post NHL of Larry Carriere or Carriere or however you want to pronounce it. Now, when your last name is the same as a poutine sauce from Quebec, you know you had to be born in one place. That's Montreal, Quebec. Now, Larry was a very talented player coming out of university with Loyola College of the CIAU. Now, 3 seasons with the squad. His last year as defenseman was his best with 49 points in 32 games. Now, he drew major interest from 2 major league teams, including the Buffalo Sabres, who took him 25th overall in the second round. Now, he did play a few games with Verdun in '69, but eventually Loyola was his main squad. Now, he was an all-star first team with Loyola in '72, QUAA, second team in '71, and of course 1970. He was captain of Loyola in '72, and their athlete of the year that season. Now, he debuted on October 8th, 1952. Now, he did make it to the Stanley Cup Finals in '75 as a player, and also in 1999 as assistant to the GM, but lost both times. Now, he was a WHA draft pick as well for the Nordiques in 1972. Now, he also played 30 regular season games for the Cincinnati Swords team that went on to win the AHL regular season in playoff titles. Now, Carriere, well, I'll call him Carriere anyway. First season with Buffalo was the second half of the campaign in '73, where he had 10 points in 40 games. Now, very steady defenseman. 1974, he put up 30 points, including 6 goals in 78 games, and his breakthrough year, of course, was 1975, when he eventually had 12 points in the regular season, including 1 goal, and 17 playoff games with 2 assists. Now, the player known as the Hawk was eventually traded by Buffalo to Atlanta in exchange for Jacques Richard on October 1st, 1975. Now, he eventually returned to Buffalo when he was claimed off waivers from LA on March 12, 1978, and the Sabres lost him again when he temporarily retired in 1978. Now, he retired for the first time at the end of the '78 season. Now, he came out of retirement to sign a 5-game tryout contract with Toronto and rejoined his former Buffalo GM, Punch Imlach, on April 5th, 1980. Now, Toronto thought he could help them in the playoff run, and he did play 2 games in the playoffs for Toronto that year, but unfortunately, Toronto never did much in the playoffs. Now, his time with the Kings was very short. He only played 2 games. Also played Vancouver that year, so one of the few players in NHL history that played with 5 professional teams in one season, as he shared time with Tulsa of the CHL and Springfield of the AHL in that campaign. Now, final NHL statistics: 16 goals, 74 assists for 90 points in 367 contests, and 3 assists in 27 playoff games. Now, his post-hockey career was quite impressive. His resume is quite long, so we're going to go over that as well. The reason why I want to mention it is because he could be a possibility of one of the most successful post-retirement Buffalo Sabres of all time in relation to management. Now, he started as a part-time Buffalo scout in Quebec from '86 to '89. Now, he also worked as a full-time Buffalo scout in Quebec from '89-90 through '93. He was also named a Washington Pro Scout on September 2nd, 2004. Now, he was also named Buffalo Director of Player Evaluation on August 20th, 1993, and remained in that position through September of '95. He was then named Buffalo Assistant GM on September 11th, '95, and remained in that position until September 2nd, 2004. Now, he's also served as Buffalo Interim GM from the time John Muckler was fired on May 14th, 97, until Darcy Rearguard was hired on June 11th, 1997. Now, after a career in management for a number of years, he joined the Montreal Canadiens as assistant GM and director of player personnel on July 16, 2010. Now, Carriere became an assistant coach of the Montreal Canadiens on December 17, 2011, and in June 2017, Carriere was named GM of the Laval Rocket while maintaining his assistant general manager duties for Marc Bergevin, which I think is the first time that I remember in NHL history where a person was either a GM or assistant GM for two teams in the same system. So he has great hockey knowledge, university scouting, Q scouting. Now, he also received a Bachelor of Commerce degree with a major in business administration from Loyola. He also studied management at the University of Michigan, and also served as Buffalo's representative on the AHL Board of Governors for a term. Now, he also went to work for Molson Breweries in Toronto after his first retirement in '78. He went into medical supplies business after his second retirement, serving as VP of Montreal-based Canadian Cardiovascular Products from '81 until '93. Now, my CV is quite long because I've worked for over 40 media outlets. But this guy came to the Habs, and from a very diverse background. Again, he has medical background, he has a management background, business administration, scouting, all different stuff. Some people within the Montreal media call him one of the most intelligent people they've ever dealt with in relation to assessing talent and player development and understanding players. Well, what do you expect? He's a Carriere. There's a family trait in the Carrieres. I'm not joking at all. We have emotional intelligence that is quite heavy. It comes from a Quebecois, in some cases Acadian, Aboriginal background. Most members of the Carriere family, even with an E, because I still don't know what's a proper way to spell it in the 1600s. Because some people say we're related to the Carrieres of Italy. I've always found the media members I talked to about him, he said they were impressed the fact is what you see is what you get. And that's what he was like in his career. He never really made a mistake. He never really made himself stand out because, Buffalo had Lee Fogland, some other key players like Jerry Korab. He was the key number 5 defenseman that Buffalo needed in that 75 Cup run. And, it's kind of bizarre. There's no Carrieres that's ever been engraved on a Stanley Cup yet. We have, William Carriere right now for Vegas. Who knows? I'm hoping in the future. But all I know is that when Larry made it, the whole family in Quebec, extended family across family of the Carriere family, was very, very happy for him because he has had a career that is to be proud of. I think any player in NHL history would be proud if they were an expert in the 5 or 6 or 7 categories, depending what day of the week is, that Larry is popular and derived in. So that's the many, many, many lives of Larry Carriere. If you like what we're doing here, please give us a comment, like or subscribe. Any requests will be taking consideration. We're staying away from requests right now because we're concentrating on the Blue Jays, but we're going to be having a reboot around Christmas time because we always try to do something around the World Junior Championships if they're going to be held this year. We still don't know. It's yet to be determined because the second wave in Quebec could impact Team Canada for obvious reasons. Anyway, hope this finds you well. Have a good day. Bye.